Okay, welcome back. We're going to go to Benbecula today, which is south of the Isle of Lewis and Harris. So we're going to route back down the east side of the island, and then we're going to fly down to the airport there. Okay, brakes off. Got the mouse, trying it with the mouse activated. Today we're back in the Sea King helicopter because I like this helicopter. This is my favourite helicopter at the moment, and we can route all the way down to Barra eventually, but we're just going to go to Benbecula in this video. If you look on Google Maps, you'll see where Benbecula is. It's in the Outer Hebrides. Follow the Outer Hebrides down to the middle. Benbecula's around there. I really didn't like that mouse in the pointer there. If it went away, that would be great, but it doesn't. It keeps coming back like an insect to annoy you. So I don't generally have it on. Raining again. I better just trim this in a bit. People do ask me why I've got the joystick so far over. Well, I do a lot of flying of all kinds of different aeroplanes, and a lot of the fighters today are side stick. You know, the F-16 and the F-35, and that's just where it is. And my throttles are down here, so I can move it around a little bit. I'll just tend to leave it where it is. So if you followed the flight yesterday in the Huey, we sort of flew right the way across the island, down and around the bottom, although we did cut a bit off. Quite a big bit actually. But we're going to route down to that point, and we're going to see the rest of that today, although the weather's not as good today. This is real life weather and time. What's the time? 12:25 in Scotland. Quick look outside, there we are, there's our Sea King helicopter. That's what I'm flying today. Constantly having to trim these things in. If it's trimmed in nicely, you should be able to let go of the stick, but it's not always the case. But otherwise you're constantly pulling against the trim, so you just got to constantly keep trimming it. And if people at the back of the helicopter walk to the front, your centre of gravity moves, and so you've got to. It's a constant thing, retrimming. I'm definitely not going to have that mouse in the next video. It is really annoying. It's a distraction. It distracts me every time you turn your head. Sometimes it reappears somewhere else. And I don't know if you've noticed, but when you're flying, you're constantly looking around. You're scanning. Mainly, you're scanning for other aircraft. Because that's the big danger up here. So you've got to keep a good scan going, because other aircraft can just appear, and it's important to see them. It's pretty good. We've got about 700 feet there. Well, obviously if you're flying in like really limited visibility, you need to be on the ball. If you can't see where you're going, you've got to land. You really have. You can't do it. was flying the Huey yesterday, and that was a really old one. It's like 1960s Vietnam era, so they were probably designed in the 50s and that, and they really shake about a lot. Nice helicopter, but hard work to fly. I'd like to get a Griffin, which is a newer version. It looks the same, but it's much nicer, hopefully. But I mean, I'm still enjoying the Sea King. I'm one of these people I like. If I find something I like, I will dabble with other things, but I like to just kick the arse out of something that I like until I've just like really learned as much as I can about it. Mainly flying and handling and characteristics and that, but you know, you can get all the checklists and things and go through everything in the right order if you really wanted to. It's not really important because I'll probably never get to fly a real one. Can't afford it. And if I could afford it, I wouldn't spend it on flying helicopters, I'd spend it on something else. But hopefully if you watch these videos, you'll get a good idea of the terrain and everything, and where these places are, how big they are, how long it takes to get around them. Give a good insight as to whether you actually want to go and visit there or not. Or maybe you're just interested, you know, to see what it's like. I don't know, it's up to you. There's the Minches out there, and beyond the Minches to the south we've got the Isle of Skye, which we've been all the way around. Let's go through the middle because we've been around the outside so far, so we'll come up. This is Lima Way in Oronsay, I think. Yeah. Lima Way should be behind me there somewhere. I think this one's Oronsay. A bit further up we've got Ishkin here on the right. Lord Hesketh Leverhulme did a lot up here. He liked it. No, that's Oronsay. So that was Lima Way I was over before. This is Oronsay. Let's look for Ishkin. Ishkin's up one of these little bit of estuaries to the left, to the right, sorry. Don't think it's this one, I think it's the next one. Yeah, that's Ishkin there. Now we're heading west, and obviously Benbecula, where we're going, is off to the south. But I just thought we'd come through the so you can get a look and feel for the place. This is normal, the rain. Catch wild salmon here. you've ever tasted wild salmon, it's amazing. It's like fresh tuna. Fresh tuna is so different from tuna steaks you buy from the supermarket. It's the same stuff, obviously, but it just tastes that much better. I'll go this way. I've not been this way before. There's low cloud around, but I don't think it's not doable today. This sort of thing. If the weather's really snide, we'll just stick to the coast and low level. You don't want to be flying into clouds. You don't want to be going IMC in a helicopter. You really don't. That means on instruments, no visual out the window stuff, especially where there's hills around. It's just recipe to crash, isn't it? I'm getting all this in 3D, so wow, that is cool. I'm going to pop over the top of this one. That's an island, that one. I've been around that a few times. Right, we've got a Scalpay over there somewhere. Another island. think that's Scalpay there. Yeah, got a bridge going over to it. We landed over there in the Huey yesterday. So we're going the right way. We're just generally heading south, and there's hundreds and hundreds of islands, about 500 islands they reckon off the coast of Scotland. Many of them are just completely uninhabited. But that is, I thought that was an island, but it's not, it's actually joined. So we forgot to fly around this bit yesterday. Actually, I don't know the area that well. I've been here a few times, but I don't know it well enough to be local. I think this helicopter should have some high intensity strobe lights flashing on it. I mean, it is bright yellow, so it can be seen, hopefully. But a big danger to low-flying helicopters is our military airplanes low-flying, going so fast. I've had a Harrier go right underneath us on the pipeline patrols, and we were at 500 feet. And we didn't even see it until it shot out in front of us. Still going up a little bit. Of course the wind affects it as well, especially when you're lower down. Thought I just saw an aircraft. That's one thing I say about DCS, you know, it's so hard to see enemy aeroplanes, especially if they're camouflaged, you know, with the sort of Battle of Britain and stuff like this. You just can't see the enemy aircraft, you're looking around all the time for it, and DCS has got great big red labels in the sky going, enemy, enemy here, a big arrow pointing at it. You don't get that in real life, that's so unrealistic, and you know, these little roads winding along. I mean, what? We obviously got to get to houses. People build houses way out, and they obviously fish. You know, that's got other little boats, haven't they, and fish, and there's all kinds of seafood. If you're into seafood, you do well up here. Lobster every day. And you'd have no problem getting your champagne chilled. You just put it outside the house. Now that mouse pointer just disappeared when I wasn't moving the mouse. That'd be great. But it doesn't, it keeps coming back, it keeps reappearing somewhere else. There you go. Which is so annoying because it's drawing your attention. So I'm definitely going to get rid of that again. So we should be there in less than 10 minutes, about 10 minutes. What's the time now? It's 10 to 1. Might go out to St Kilda actually. There's one more island which is miles out to the west from the Outer Hebrides called St Kilda, and I don't think anybody lives there. They used to. We might do a run out there since we're here. Not today. The mouse is so useless you can't even zoom in. It's definitely unplugging that in VR anyway. What a weird landscape, isn't it? The wind and the rain in your face. Not far to go now. It's the other side of that water you can see ahead of us. And Barra is further down the coast. We're routing from Benbecula through South Uist and down to Barra. Barra has actually got an airport on the beach, on the sand. And when the tide goes out, you can land there. It's a bit wet and salty, but it's no problem for an aircraft like this. This can go anywhere. I love it. That's why I love it. It's a great helicopter. It's like a flying truck. The wind's blowing us off course over that way. Have to keep turning to offset the drift. Nearly there. Okay, we've got the runway in sight. (120 knots), 600 feet. So we start slowing the aircraft down. Immediately that you lower the lever, helicopter sinks, so you need to raise the nose. And everything starts slowing down. Below 100 knots then, we'll lower the wheels. Wheels aren't coming down. To raise them up again. And lower them. There we go. Worked that time. Trim, raise the lever a tiny bit, and welcome to Benbecula. Yes, St Kilda's out there somewhere. It's a long way, it's a long flight, but it's worth it when you get there. Might do it from here. Don't know. See how I feel. Definitely got 2 greens, definitely. Right. Wind was westerly, but I'm looking for a windsock now. I'm not going to land on the runway. Just making my approach. There's the windsock. Coming from over there. Okay. Westerly. So we'll wander off the runway because the control tower and the cafeteria is over there. Just ahead of me. You can feel the helicopter going sideways across the ground. Since we're this low. Just with the wind. VOR beacon, navigation beacon, you tune into that and that will point to the airfield. We also have an ADF. That could be the ADF transmitter just there, that mast. Right, where are we going to park? brakes on. Okay, and we can shut down and switch off and everything. And welcome to Benbecula. Hope you enjoyed the flight. I'll see you on the next video. Let's get rid of that mouse.